Hi guys, I'm Trudy. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Now today I want to talk about something a little bit different. Now there's a trend of a lot of young people, mostly millennials and well actually I think mostly Gen Z. They're talking about I don't dream of labor. Now guys, I also don't dream of labor, but guess what? Your girl got bills to pay. Also guys, please remember to subscribe to my channel and click the bell so you get notified every time I post a new video. I post a new video every Sunday. Now let's get into the video. So I want to have a different take on this one. As I said earlier, I too don't dream of labor, but guess what? Your girl got bills to pay. I think it's fair to say that this concept of I don't dream of labor, it's pretty much best termed as first world privilege. Yes, first world privilege. And when I say first world privilege, I'm referring to countries like Canada, the US, the UK, pretty much for the most part those countries. I am aware of some of the struggles that first world countries experience. Different groups experience different struggles. But if you were born in a first world country, you are better off than 3/4 of the world. And if you were born in like a third world country, you can understand what I'm talking about. Many people who were born in third world countries would die for the opportunity to come to a first world country to just get a job. But people in first world countries are saying they don't dream of labor, they don't have a dream career. And it's fine, but it's still first world privilege. Now, I must say that I do have a lot of appreciation for people who, work in a job and are able to just walk away because they feel it's not a good fit. However, if you're able to walk away from a job, it's because you are in fact able to walk away from that job. A lot of people don't really have that luxury. And yet most people who are able to just walk away from their job are able to do so because they in fact can do so. A lot of people don't have that luxury. And I know we can argue that life is not just about, work, work, work. And I 100% agree with that. However, in order for us to enjoy a lot of the luxuries of first world countries, we're going to have to work. It just is what it is. We can't get around with it. It's like we can't have it both ways. We want to enjoy a lot of the luxuries that third world countries don't have to offer. But we don't want to work. No, I don't want to paint this picture to say that I believe in just working. No. And this is coming from a Jamaican, okay? You know what they say? Those Jamaicans have 3-4 jobs. However, I think what's missing from the conversation is the lack of balance. Because when you're out of balance, you're going to feel more depressed, more anxious, just a lot of not so good things is going to happen. What I think is lacking from this conversation about, I don't dream of labor is lack of balance. And believe me, I understand and I get it why a lot of, Gen Zs or the younger millennials, they really don't want to be just slaving away at a job to make somebody richer. I totally understand it. But as I said, I think what's missing from this conversation is the lack of balance. Now, I read quite a few books, about financial independence, hustle and grind. And I read this book by Elizabeth Warren. She wrote it with her daughter, Amelia. Let me see. I don't know if it's focusing. Focus. It's called All Your Worth. And guys, I can tell you, this book, in my opinion, is so underrated. Yes, we all love Rich Dad Poor Dad, The Millionaire Next Door, Millionaire Habits, all those great books. But this is the only one that I've read that pretty much talk about a balance. It talked about, enjoying your life, not just putting aside money for saving or your must-haves, but also every paycheck, always put aside money for your fun stuff. So if your fun stuff mean, you want to get your nail done, you want to get your hair done, whatever, your fun stuff, nobody should judge you for it. It's just your fun money. This is the only book that I've read that actually talk about a balance. And I think that's what's really missing in a lot of this conversation, because On one hand, you have people you're just working, working, working. And on one hand, you have other people who just want to, enjoy, just have fun. And the both of them, are counterproductive. And if you look at life, or we were created or we evolved, whatever you want to ascribe to our existence, we were designed for, a balance. And I remember I learned about, homeostasis in my anatomy and physiology class. Now, the textbook definition for homeostasis, and I'm going to read this verbatim. Now, homeostasis refers to any process that living things use to actively maintain fairly stable conditions necessary for survival. No, I learned about this concept, as I said, years ago, but I never really processed it like in a day-to-day life, like how it applies. And no, in layman's term, homeostasis is the process where your body tries to maintain stability and or equilibrium. And a very classic example is when our body gets cold. Now, I'm always cold. Your body gets cold, what happens? You start to shiver. You're shivering, why? Because your body is trying to generate heat. So it's shivering. It's an autonomic process where your body is just shivering and trying to maintain, that equilibrium stability to keep your body at a certain temperature. Now, if your body is not able to do that, you know what's going to happen? You're going to die. And another example is when your body gets so hot, what happens? You start to sweat. It's an autonomic process where your body is overheating, so it starts to sweat to cool you down. And if your body wasn't successful in doing that, you're gonna die. A lot of times when kids, they get a fever, they'll try to, give them a cold bath to cool them down, to bring the body back to that stability, that equilibrium, for it to survive. Now in combining or in tying the concept of homeostasis to our everyday life, if we're just working, our body's going to be susceptible to more depression, to more stress, to more burnout. And I think that's what a lot of the Gen Z and millennials or younger millennials, they're looking at their parents and they'll be like, I really don't want that. I would rather make less money and enjoy my life more rather than just working. And I think a lot of us, got caught up in the hustle culture. With, myself too, it's all about, hustle and grinding. But then you're so depressed and you're so sad and it's like you're making the money but you're not enjoying it. And I don't think that's what life is all about. So yes, I don't dream of labor, but we have to work. And in working, let's try to normalize, a balance, not just the hustle and the grinding. And oh my gosh, like, with those gurus online, they love to talk about, I don't sleep 4 hours, I'm good. When I used to hear these things and like if I'm resting, I used to feel so bad. Why? Now I look forward to my weekends, just relaxing, not doing anything. And I think a lot of how society is going now is like, if you're not hustling or grinding 24 hours, it's like, they try to make you feel guilty. I remember, feeling bad or feeling guilty for just relaxing on a Saturday. But no, oh my gosh, I look forward to my weekends off. I'm not saying, once in a while I won't like work on a Saturday. But for the most part, I'm enjoying my weekends. And I'm just trying to normalize, like, it's okay to just lay on your couch on a Saturday or on a Sunday and do nothing. If you have a 9-to-5 job Monday to Friday, nobody should make you feel bad for just relaxing on your couch on a Saturday. It's not a luxury. It's called self-care. I also want to add this too. I think the way a lot of first world countries are structured is dependent on keeping us, in the workforce, just working and grinding and hustling all the time. We get so caught up in our identity, using our job as our main identity. It's like, I'm a doctor, I'm a teacher, I'm an OT, I'm a PT. We don't really talk about, oh, I like to hike, I like to play tennis, or I like to do makeup, I like to make YouTube videos. It's just you're expected to, kind of identify yourself first by your career, which I'm a career person. I do believe in women, having a career, etc. But let's try to balance out our life with things that don't always have to be about work or hustle. And with that balance too, I think we should be advocating for, people getting more time off from work. I think there's just so much wrong with the way, some first world countries like the US, how they structure, the system. It's like they want to keep you just in the workforce. It's so sad that, mothers only get 3 months maternity leave. The moment, they can't even bond with the kid, they have to go back to work. So I think these are the things we should be advocating for. More time off from work. Of course, we can't just be taking all the time off, or we can't just be hustling, but have a fair balance. I hope I wasn't rambling too much. I hope this video makes sense. I hope my point get across what I was trying to say. So my main takeaway from this video is I want you to have some balance in your life. Yes, I don't dream of labor, but I have bills to pay. And to be quite frank, in order to enjoy a lot of the luxuries that first world countries has to offer, that third world countries don't have, it's dependent on us working. But in us working, let us try to normalize a balance, not just the hustle. And as I said earlier, I'm Jamaican, so I'm talking to myself. You know the saying going, those darn Jamaicans with the 3-4 jobs. And that's true. So I'm also talking to myself as a Jamaican. I need, and a lot of us I know need, more balance in our life. Yes, we love our career, we went to college for it, but at the same time, let's not just have our job as our identity. Let's try to balance, learn something new. For the new year, I honestly want to learn how to play tennis. I want to play tennis and I want to play golf. So those are two things that I really want to incorporate in my life, to give me more balance. And I'm not knocking people who say I don't dream of labor, but we have to be practical. In order for this country to operate, people have to work. But let us just incorporate more balance, because in order for us not to be burnt out or stressed, let's just, do fun stuff. And if you have the time, guys, please read this book. As I said, all these gurus, they talk about the hustle culture, hustle and grind. But as I said, this book is so underrated. This is the only book that I read that really pushed for a balance. And not just pushing, just to save money, but also to put aside money for your fun stuff. I know this video is going to be short, but I hope I get my point across. Remember, balance, balance, balance. Okay, guys, that's it for this video. Thanks so much for watching. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And please, guys, share this video with someone who you think it might help. Also, click the notification bell so you get notified every time I post a new video. I post a new video every Sunday. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.